Pope Benedict XVI, before he was elected the Pope and before he resigned exactly a year ago, was known as Cardinal Ratzinger, Joseph Ratzinger from Germany. He was the prefect of the most important office at the Vatican, known today as Congregation of the Doctrine of Faith. You may not know it by its current name, but you may know it by its former name as Holy Inquisition. That's the same institution that Cardinal Ratzinger was the head of for 16 or 18 years. And being the head of this Congregation of the Doctrine of Faith, he was known for being very heavy-handed with theologians, with nuns, with priests who dared to venture off the straight and narrow path. He is credited with coming up with a new expression, cafeteria Catholics. He would criticize Catholic theologians and not only people in the pews as cafeteria-minded Catholics, because we tend to pick and choose what do we put on our plate, what parts of Catholic faith and morals we would like to keep and which we would like to throw away. So I'm sure you have heard that expression many times since then. Maybe even you had the honor or pleasure of being called a cafeteria Catholic yourself. I know I have multiple times. So because being such a heavy-handed person, very fast he had gained a new name. Cardinal Ratzinger was known as AKA Panzerkardinal. Panzer being a German tank that was famous for Blitzkrieg in Warsaw in 1939. Nothing could stand on the way of those Panzers, German tanks. So people, especially from a German language area in Europe, would call him Panzerkardinal. When he has you on aim, there is nothing to stop him from firing and conquering. I was thinking about Cardinal Ratzinger because today's Gospel and all the readings actually speak about choosing, about picking and choosing. Sirach says from the first text, there is life and death, good and evil. Whichever you choose will be given to you. And then Jesus picks and chooses which commandments he will keep and which he will make even more demanding. He says, you have been told in the Bible this and that, but I tell you, no, this and that. You have read, thou shalt not commit adultery, but no, I tell you, if you look at another person with lust, you have already committed adultery. You have been told you can give your wife a divorce letter, but I tell you, no. If your wife can divorce you, you cannot divorce your wife neither. So if you look at Jesus actually, he picks and chooses constantly. I have a suspicion that Jesus would be called a cafeteria Jew by another Panzerkardinal in the first century. As people of faith, as people who believe that we have been sent. We have one mission that has come directly from Jesus. Feed my people. And what a better place to feed your people than cafeteria? Right? If you want to feed someone, where do you take them? To cafeteria. So I have come to take this cafeteria Catholic as a compliment. I see my job, and you should see yours as Christians, as offering spiritual food to those who are hungry. And what a better place to do that than a cafeteria. It is our job, just as it was Jesus' job, to look at the given commandments, to look at the rules, to look at all that we have been taught and told, and scrutinize it, and see if these rules, if those traditions bring forth life or death. If these rules bring forth good or evil. And then, just like Jesus, we need to say, yes, these are good and these can be improved. St. Paul, in today's second reading, speaks of the Holy Spirit who scrutinizes everything, even the depths of God. And that Spirit has been given to you and to me. That Spirit continues to guide us. That Spirit continues to assist us in scrutinizing what shall be kept and what shall be improved or reformed. The beautiful history of the Catholic Church, the 2,000-long history of the Catholic Church, has proven to us that we have been changing and reforming since day one. We have been picking and choosing since day one. None of Christian churches, not a single Christian church can claim we keep all the commandments of the Bible. There is not a single denomination that can say we have kept everything as it says in the Bible. None. Each single church, each single Christian has picked and chosen. So the fact is beyond argument that we do pick and choose. The challenge is to pick and choose what is good and nutritious food. When you go to a cafeteria, you want to stay away from those hot dogs and high fructose corn syrup pudding. You want to pick what is healthy, what is life-giving, and not life-stifling. And so, as you discern both as individuals and as a parish community, what we keep, what we change, we have to pray for the light of the Holy Spirit, that the Spirit helps us to scrutinize and make wise cafeteria choices. What is life-giving in our church's history? What brings forth good in us? What comes from the commandment of love? That shall be kept. That shall be nourished. That should be encouraged. But if some of those rules, some of those precepts or traditions do nothing but stifle our progress, do nothing but exclude and unjustly persecute. They need to be changed or improved. So don't be offended if someone tells you, oh, you people at St. Stanislaus, you pick and choose. Your answer should be, and so do you. We just do it with our own brains. Holy Spirit scrutinizes everything. And your job and mine is to continue that scrutiny, is to continue that discernment process, not only about which church organization we shall belong to, but what commandments really matter, what rules, what precepts we as Christians, as Catholics, need to follow, what dishes should be found on our cafeteria plate. We don't need any more Panzer Cardinals. What we do need is German Shepherds.